Hi, my name's Johanna Barton from Confetti Design. We're a boutique digital agency in Sandringham, Melbourne, Australia. And today I'm going to take you through how to use the Yoast SEO plugin in your website. Now this is for what's called on-page SEO. So it's not about how to get onto page one. It's the things that you can do in your website when you're writing your pages and your blog posts to make sure that you are setting yourself up for correct SEO. So to start with, we need a Google AdWords account, so we can use the fabulous keyword planner tool. Now the thing about the search engine plugin is that we often write a blog post or we're wanting to set up our keyword phrases in our pages based on what we think people might be using Google for in order to find the best information. Now, let us take one step back and consider Google. So Google is a business. Now, if you've never thought about it before, Google is successful when we all use it. So if we find the information that Google gives to us on that first page or subsequent pages, first or second pages generally where we look for information, if we're no longer coming to Google to use it as a search engine and we're going to other search engines, it has failed in its business goal. So Google has set up a series of kind of rules as a way to determine who is providing the most interesting content. And that's what you do in your website, is you create content, whether it's videos or blog posts or information on your pages. It's information where you share your expertise. Now, Google will run through a series of criteria. It calls it an algorithm, and that helps Google determine which pages to put at the top. Now, it's not always just about clicking. It's about the quality of the content and how. So it is about how many people are clicking, but it is about the quality of the content. And Google can have a way of running through your web pages to determine the quality of that content. So if we think of it like that, we then want to make sure that we're aligning what we put on our pages with what people are actually using Google for. And there's a way that we can do that, and that is by using the keyword planner tool within Google AdWords. Now, when you Google the link to set up an account, and you can use your Gmail account for this, there will always be, so when I put in Google AdWords and do a search, I do the full stop because I know that that's what the URL has in it. And you'll notice that there are several different ones that come up. There's one that's called google.com.au/AdWords, and then there's another one that is adwords.google, and that is the one that we want because this is where the keyword planner tool is, and I'm constantly being taken to the other one. So I wanted to make sure that you set up the account in the right one. You may need to give them your credit card to set up an account, but they don't take any money from you unless you create ads. And if you just scroll back up here, you'll see that the little yellow thing here, these are people that are paying to have ads at the top here. Okay, so if I was to put in, I'm going to use one of my clients to show you how this keyword planner tool works and an SEO plugin. So we're going to do acupuncture Melbourne. Now this first here, when it comes down and it starts predicting, this is also telling you what a lot of people are Googling. It's not very accurate, but it does give you a feel for what people are searching for. So let's try something a little bit more obscure. Acupuncture for, there we go. Fertility is the highest, then depression, then acne, then back pain. Okay, so we're going to do acupuncture for fertility. And we've got someone called myacupuncture.com is doing an ad, Absolute Nature's Way are doing an ad, and Traditional Acupuncture are doing an ad. And they've determined what they want in their words, in their ads here. And these are also ads as well, Acupuncture Bo Morris. Okay, all of these people down here are also paying to be here. When we scroll down further, these people are not paying. Okay, I'll show you how to set up your SEO Yoast so you have more of a chance of actually being in this area here. Now, I have made an assumption about what people are Googling. Okay, it tells us, let's go just acupuncture for fertility. We can also go down here and it's got it as Melbourne, Victoria set. So I'm going to check it to Australia. Okay. And it's telling me that 190,000 people have searched for this. And that's 190 results. Okay, so we're going back to find the Google.AdWords link. So you can create an account. Okay, we're not going to be setting up an ad for you. So if they ask you for your credit card, don't panic. And we're going to log in here. Okay, so I've already logged in under my name. And I'm going to navigate through to the page on tools. So go up to the top and you want to go down and go keyword, where you click on keyword planner. Okay, so we're going to now set up some criteria around what we're searching for. Okay, so I want to search for acupuncture Melbourne, okay, with a capital L. These are all of the things that I think people might be Googling in order to find my clients' pages. Now, they tell me that they use acupuncture for pregnancy. Let's see. So they also say that you can use it for morning sickness. So we'll do just some things to do with this one idea. Okay, not multiple ideas, just one idea. And you can just put in a comma. I'm not spelling sickness correct. Fertility acupuncture. We might do this one in Melbourne as well. Okay, and where is our landing page? So we're going to put in the landing page. I'm pretty sure that is their landing page. And we want a category. So this is alternative natural medicine. Okay, so you can pop down health, you can find, so we've actually got acupuncture here, but I'm just going to do all of natural medicine. Melbourne, it's in English. Google, you can also use search partners. I'm just going to keep it as Google. Now, negative keywords, this is if you don't want, say, you're at the high end, maybe, or even the middle, but you don't want people search what people are searching for if they're using the word cheap. So say there's your service includes things that could be ranked between affordable, cheap, free, expensive. Now, if you don't want people, the people who are searching for your business, if you don't want them to be putting in cheap, you want that to be excluded, you can pop that in. That's what a negative word is. In this instance, I'm not going to use it, but in my instance, I might say I don't want people that are searching for cheap because my service isn't cheap. It's affordable, but the person that's saying the word cheap is probably not my customer. So you need to think a little bit about your customer. Keyword, we're just going to do competition. We're going to leave all of those clear. We want to see all of the types of competition, and we want them to only show ideas closely related. Show keywords. We don't want them to show adult ideas. We don't really have a plan, so we'll leave that out, but we want them closely related to our search terms. Keywords to include, so we'll leave that open and we'll say get ideas. Now it's going to come back and tell us, first of all, ad groups, because this is all about placing ads. So we're really just going to look at this tab here, which is keyword ideas. And there's all of the ideas I have up there. There's their landing page, and that's their category. And I can go back in and change this in any time and click on the modify search. So this is telling us in broad sense, over the last year, all the different searches per month, okay, average monthly searches. And now we're going to get actual specifics on all of those things. Now this first column here tells us how many average searches, and then it tells us the competition. So this is competition in terms of how many people are paying for ads, and that if you were doing an ad and you wanted to pay for a click, you would be paying, some people are paying $5.08 for that. Okay, now we can see that there's 1,000 people searching for acupuncture Melbourne, which is good. That's quite a high one. And then we have acupuncture for morning sickness, only 20 people. Fertility, 90. So these are the results for what I thought people might be searching for. And now we get to see what Google tells us people are actually searching for. So we can see acupuncture for fertility is getting 140 average searches per month. A lot of those are very low. We've got 1 to 16 keywords, so that's all there is in relation to that acupuncture and fertility. So in regards to that, I'd say that acupuncture for fertility is probably the keyword that you might consider, keyword phrase you might consider using. And we'll just put in a few others to see what else we get back. I say we're going to go back up here and change these. So we're going to make it a bit broader, and we'll just leave it for acupuncture for fertility and see what comes back. So you can play with this and put in as many ideas as you like. Now, we've still got 140 there, but let's see what else people are using that we might not have thought of. So we've got acupuncture and fertility. We have acupuncture fertility is 50. Acupuncture points for fertility, just acupuncture is 2,900. Brisbane, misspelling of acupuncture, that's interesting. You could be tricky and pop in a page with misspelling, and you're probably going to have a few people find you. That's funny. Fertility acupuncture, so that was really good to turn it around. People are using the word fertility first. How does it work? So that would be a great one. There's very low competition on that. That's not a bad one for doing as a blog post. Cupping, you see cupping. There's 1,000 people are searching for cupping. So if you do cupping, there's very low competition for that. Scrolling down, we've got pregnancy acupuncture, benefits, acupuncture points is 390. Cupping therapy. So you start to get some really good ideas for blog posts, which is going to the next page. Moxibustion, not sure what that is. Anxiety, but we still can see that the first one of acupuncture for fertility is probably what we want to put as our keyword in that page, keyword phrase in that page. So now we have our keyword that we're going to use for our page. We're now going into the back of our website to make sure that we have the plugin. So you're going to go to your dashboard and click on plugins and add new. Okay, and we're going to pop in here and write SEO Yoast and then enter. Okay, and up will come all of the plugins that are created by Yoast and it have the word SEO in them. And here we go. We know that this is the correct one. It's got 1 million plus active installs, and it's showing that I've currently got it installed. So you'd click that and it would install. It then shows up at the top here, okay, and it also comes in and shows you here with different setups. But what we're going to look at is creating a new page. Okay, so I'm going to create a page that is called Acupuncture for Fertility. Okay, and this is going to be all about fertility, using acupuncture as a way to help with fertility. So we'll scroll down and we're going to see there is the Yoast SEO Yoast plugin. Now this thing here, once I start populating this with information, this is what shows up in Google. Okay, so if we go back to Google and we do, what is it, acupuncture for fertility, acupuncture for fertility, that's exactly what we're creating. This thing here is what we're creating in our page. Okay, so we want the title, we know that 140 people are searching for this a month. We've got a URL. Okay, so here we go. We've got that. We've got no URL until I save the page. Now this is where we put in the keywords that we determined are what we want to search for to set up the page for Google. Acupuncture for, and you're going to see we now have a URL, we have a page title, we have an article heading, and in here we're going to put in the title. You see how it's now changed? We might put it in a capital A. Acupuncture for fertility. And now we have our title, we have our URL, and all we need to do is write in our snippet. It is shown that acupuncture is a wonderful, safe and natural way that you can use alternative therapies such as acupuncture for fertility effect. That you can use alternative therapies for such as acupuncture for fertility, a safe and natural way to help conceive and manage the pregnancy process. Now it's actually telling me I still have 3 characters left. No, I've gone over 3 characters, but that's okay. See how it stopped? Manage the pregnancy process. To help conceive and manage your pregnancy. There we go. I had space for 4, so the green is good. So I have it's bold there, it's bold in my URL, and I have it on here. Now you could possibly try and pop it in there again, but you want it also to read naturally. So all I need is some content, and in here I can say, I'll pop in, and so now we're going to add in some content, and here we go. I've added some content in, and all we need to do is publish, and our page will then load and show us that we have all aspects of our SEO Yoast plugin feature populated, and we should have a nice little OK check there. And you can actually go in and see what else you can do, but I've got it in the article heading, the page, the URL, the content, and the description. Now, often you can't always do the page title because it doesn't really make sense, but that's not the most important. The most important is really to have the URL and the content and the focus keywords and the title. Okay, so as long as you have those, if it doesn't seem natural to have the page title on your website as acupuncture, then you can leave that one out. But you can have a different URL and a different page title. So make sure that you always have the URL, because what we're aiming for is to have all of these things bolded. We want it bold in the blue bit, the URL, and the dark grey. And you can see that acupuncture for, so where's our page? Acupuncture for fertility. If we go back here, someone has done that, they know that that's what they should be putting an ad for, because they want to get clicks for that. So we are onto a good thing by making sure that we create a page that has those items in each of the those different categories. So that's how you use your SEO Yoast plugin, okay, for on-page search engine optimization. And you want to have one key phrase for every single page in your website and every blog post. And using not just what you think people might be searching for in Google, but what Google tells you by using your Google AdWords. So that is the end of that tutorial. I hope that's useful. Please reach out if you have any questions. So on this final page are a list of the services that I offer. So the first is a branding service where we unearth your unique personality and perspective to create a beautiful brand personality for your marketing and for your website. The second one is a clarity process, which is very effective in understanding who your customer is, so you know what to put in your blog posts, so you know what to put on your pages and in all of your marketing and your social media posts, because you're wanting to reach and touch your customer and build your tribe. So you need to know who they are. So that's a really effective process. Also, we can help you update your website by giving you a list of a full analysis and list of things that you can update yourself if you're building your site or you manage your site yourself. Otherwise, we can actually action those for you, or we can do a complete website makeover, if you like, where we actually do the plugin for you. So stay tuned for the next tutorial, which will be on how to optimize your images for Google to put into your website.